Hey guys, welcome to another all bass creations, effects, tutorials, demos, and reviews. Today we have up the TC Electronic Subbing Up. It's a polyphonic octaver, and it's a pretty good one. I like it. It has one particular tone I like, and it also has a few other ones as well. So we're gonna go through the pedal. Um, One thing right off the back, basic controls, input, output jacks, has true bypass, one octave down, two octave down, one octave up, and your dry signal, and then this switches it from poly to the tone print to the classic, and we'll get to all those different modes. But here's my bass dry. With the subbing up. So that's my personal favorite setting right there. It gets that. It's not the same as the OC5 or the Hog 2 or the Poly Blue Octave or the Meat Box. All these are different sounds. So it has a very, I have to say, orchestral sound in poly mode when you're using it with the octave down. Let's just switch to just the octave down. We're in poly mode, by the way. So, it gives a very like a string, almost like a cello synth, upright type sound. It's kind of hard to describe. You guys are hearing it as well. Hopefully, you guys are getting a good audio representation of it. Um, let's go to the two octaves down. I actually like the two octaves down as well. Woo! That's a lot of booty on that thing right there. One thing I have to say about that two octaves down, it may not. I know it translates on here, but it's not gonna translate through your cell phone. It's that low. It really gives you a good amount of bottom. The same way a meat box gives you a lot of bottom. Um, it's almost like them the little organ pedal things. I forgot what they call, but it's almost like that type of synth. Let's go to the octave up. actually tracks very well. You know, I'm sure you mix that with the dry. So, you know, you guys get the drift. You know, I'm trying to give you guys different, you know, chord types so you can see where the tracking flaws are and where they're not. You know, it actually tracks very well. Only thing I hear is small, you know, small discrepancies on like, you know, of course, major seven stuff like that. But you know, other than that, it tracks very well. You know, even. You know, tracks well there. So it tracks very well. So it tracks very well. Even down on that low B, it still tracks very well. Let me see. Go back to the octave down. It tracks all the way down. That's crazy. That's wow, yeah. It tracks even in the octave down tracks all the way down, so you can actually play in the lower bass range. Say you wanted to just add a little bottom to it. even it tracks very well, you know. And like I said, it gives you a very particular type of sound. You know, it's almost like an orchestral type of sound, orchestral synth. So you know, it gives you great sound there. Also took the liberty of creating my own tone print because that's one of the options with these. You can go inside here in the tone print app. You can beam different tone prints to the subbing up through the app on your phone, or you can use the tone print feature on the software on for your computer. You know, either your Mac or your Windows, which is very useful in terms of any part. If I want to add a little vibrato to that, I can, a little chorus to that, and have it built into the sound there on the tone print, and just have like 3 preset sounds. So basically, I can have a sound set, and anytime I flick to the tone print, it'll go back to that exact sound settings with the knobs and everything else that's inside. You know, all the other parameters you can't see on the pedal. That are only available through the app, and it has extra mods. You can add, you know, extra mapping to the knobs. Not only can they control the volume of the subs or the, you know, the octaves. Basically, they can control the rate of modulations, the depth, and all this other stuff. Each knob can control up to about 3 things, I think, at a time, and that's each knob. So you know, you can have it set up to do some crazy things with the mapping and everything else through the software. So let's hear a little bit more of the pedal. So basically, what I did with this tone print, I like the poly sound as it is, so I took that template and I pretty much added vibrato to it. You see, it just adds a little bit of movement to it, and adds like a little bit of shakiness to it, a little, you know. A singing quality to the sound, you know, especially when you go to hit those higher notes. You know, it has a very singing quality to it, and I like to add a little bit of the sub octave in there as well. of course, the 2 octaves down definitely helps out with that muddiness a lot in terms of the clarity, of even being able to have the chord audible. So it just depends on what, you know, flavor you're looking for. It doesn't do the same thing as the OC5 where it has the range on it, where it only affects the bottom note. So for me, my judgment of the pedal is it has um, these particular sounds that I like in these particular settings. Um, it's not anything wrong with the tracking. Excellent tracking. Excellent tracking. It's a nice octave sound. It's not one I'm going to use all the time, but it's one that I am going to use quite a bit. I have a good selection of octave sounds, as you guys can see. So, I got the. I'm gonna do a comparison, a shootout between all of them. Don't worry, guys, it's coming, and I know you guys will love that. It'll be, answer a lot of questions for you guys without me having to, do separate videos or, comment separately. So, yeah, let's get to the mono mode. So, not my favorite mono. Definitely not my favorite mono pedal. Um, just to give you guys a quick comparison. Let's see, I got this would be the poly blue in like similar settings. So that compared to it's underwhelming. The classic mode is definitely not my cup of tea. Not gonna say that it's terrible, but it tracks well. Doesn't really have the same type of bottom. If you're looking for like an OC2 type of sound, it's not gonna be this. And it's also, not gonna be. And of course, same, type of deal with the hog too, And I actually designed that one on purpose on the Hog 2 to get something close to what the subbing up is. But that's the only reason why I like the poly mode so much is I can't really duplicate it or get anything close to it. Pretty much the way I look at my pedal board in terms of octavers or synth, pedals, the Hog 2 is my flagship. That's my for most things I can get this sounds, from bass to pass to everything, Swiss Army knife, and you can change everything. OC5, I use that in the chordal mode a lot of times, the poly mode with the chords, things, settings similar to that in poly mode. But this, I like it in that poly mode, like with no dry, just a little bit of sub octave in there, and that's how well the Hog 2 tracks. Even track that other the track the subbing up, but. Add a little bit of Mxr Distortion. Add a little bit crusher. You can add, envelope filters to that. Let's see, we'll leave a bit crusher on and add, let's add some Detune. And all these are on a Zoom. MS60B is just right off a camera. You can't really see it, but it's there. And I'm just, all these pedals, little effects I'm doing right this second are on there. And you got like the M filter, which is like a Moog style filter. I like it a lot with the blurst. It gets real funky with that. A little Mxr bass envelope filter. little baseballs. So, you get yeah. It can get pretty, outrageous sometimes with it, even adding like if you have a Zoom MS50G, something like that, or a vibrato with a pre-delay on it. You set the pre-delay to a good amount, and you can do things like see what I'm saying? When you get to those notes you want to hold, and you just coming off of a longer line, you might have been coming off of, whatever you're going to do, it gives you that nice singing portion, to the end of your line, descending. Especially holding those lower notes, it adds character. So, little tricks like that definitely help you get into the pedal a lot more. Sometimes people, I don't like when people do the demos where they're only showing the pedal by itself. That's not a good judgment of a pedal to me, because how often are you really just using one pedal with none of the pedals to go with it? It's very rare. So, unless you're using something like EQ or compression and something like a basic tone. I'm talking about when you're getting into synth stuff. So when you're getting synth pedals, keep in mind that you're listening, when somebody's just using it by itself, you're listening for what else, other touches. Okay, I can add a bit crusher to that, a ring mod. Let me pull up a ring mod real quick. That's why I love these Zoom pedals, especially my Zoom B3. They don't make them anymore, and they don't make them like that anymore, of course. They took all the good effects. They didn't take they left all the good basic effects on there and took off all these extra effects that made me fall in love with the Zoom B3 line, which made me buy all the other Zoom pedals I've bought. I have 4 Zoom pedals. just off the break, just trying out different stuff. Little chorus on there. We need to bring that sub way down. Let's So you can get some great sounds with it. Of course, I'm really particular about this stuff. Y'all know how I am. So they say you can get into that organ territory with this. You really can't because because you got 2 octaves down, it's not as useful. For bass, if this was a guitar, then yeah, it'll give you that fuller bottom, organy sound. But on bass, it's not going to do that. It's going to more so give you a muddier sound. If you're looking for something for chords, full range chords, this octave down on your lowest note, and the rest of it, like if you want it like this, see how it's not up here, but it's done there. You got to go to OC5 for that. You want nice, in my opinion, if you want it like a nice, and even then, I tend to use for chords. So I get perfect chordal tracking with the Hog 2 versus none of the other polyphonic pedals, none of these 3 can do that, unfortunately. But they all have their own characteristics, and the subbing up is definitely a good option. If you only can get one, you're going to have to make some decisions. So I'm giving you all the pros. For me, the best sound is the poly, with the octave up and this little bit of sub. If you don't want the octave up, it still sounds great with just the octave down by itself. I wonder what that would sound like with, since it's so string like. Let's try it out with some of the male 9 patches. Yeah, that can get nasty. Let's see. Well, it's okay. I can find a few uses for that. Let's see. You know why I can't hear him the way I want to? I got the ravish on. I'm lunching. Sorry, guys. So now we gotta go back to the mill now. Sorry. See, that's what I was expecting. I'm lunching. But you did get to hear it with the ravish sitar as well with the mill nine. That was a weird little sound there at the end. Uh, but yeah, so you know, so pretty much that's the subbing up, by TC Electronic. It's a great pedal, and also like I said, it has true bypass and all that good stuff, and as well as you can it doesn't have a big power draw from it either, so it fits in with your normal pedal power supplies, So I definitely would say check it out. It depends on which sound you're going for. It's not going to get you an OC2 sound, even with the presets and even with tweaking and stuff. It's just not going to get you the OC2 sound. So, if that's what you're going for, then this is not the pedal for you. If you're looking for something unique, that everybody may not be using, and that's going to give you a different sound that does sound good and stands out, and does track well. Like if you're looking for really good tracking and things like that, I think the TC Electronic subbing up is worth checking out. Maybe even a subbing up mini, it just depends on what you need. So definitely check them out, and I'll catch you guys another time. This has been another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Reviews. Please like, subscribe, share all that good stuff. I need you guys to definitely like these videos and help me out on the algorithm. Let me know what pedals you guys want to see next. Next up, directly next up, I have the DoD Meat Box sub sim. So that's coming up next. You guys gonna need headphones for all these next few ones, so make sure that you are subscribed, and then make sure you got your headphones when you're watching them. I want you guys to enjoy this experience, and as much as possible, get as much detail in the sound as much as the video. I'm the Bass Negus at the Bass Negus Negus, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.